Welcome back to BSpice. In this session, we'll continue with OPC question and answer. So yeah, this is the session 2. Okay. So the first question, which standard uses the functionality of both OPC DA and OPC HDA? Of course, OPC UA, because OPC UA is a unified architecture, uses the functionality of both OPC DA, that is data access, and OPC HDA, that is historical data access, along with other OPC classic specification. That is the answer. So which standard is considered the successor of OPC DA? So the answer for this question is we have one OPC XMLDA. So this OPC XMLDA is considered the successor of OPC DA, providing similar functionality but with the XML coding and SOAP, SOAP Transport Protocol, instead of DCOM. We use DCOM, right, in DA, right? So that is the thing. So the answer is OPC XML encoding and SOAP Transport Protocol used instead of DCOM. So that is the OPC XML DA is the successor of DA. What technology does OPC UA replace? What technology that OPC UA replace DCOM with? So basically here OPC UA replaces DCOM with the SOAP. What is that SOAP? It is Simple Object Access Protocol. This is the Simple Object Access Protocol. It is a messaging protocol that allows programs running on different operating systems to communicate with each other. Again, I repeat, friends, what technology does OPC UA replace DCOM with? So OPC UA replaces DCOM with the SOAP. That is, SOAP means SOAP, Simple Object Access Protocol. A messaging protocol that allows programs running on different operating systems to communicate with each other. You got it? Yes. So which security measures are inbuilt in OPC UA? So basically OPC UA has a built-in security measures that include authentication, encryption, authorization. These are the three. Authentication, encryption, and authorization. So here, what does this OPC DX stands for? So OPC DX is nothing but data exchange. It's a standard for exchange of data between OPC servers. Exchange, data exchange. Then what is this OPC.NET? So OPC.NET is an OPC specification that leverages the Microsoft .NET framework for easier and more efficient development of OPC client and server. That is the answer. So OPC.NET is a specification that leverages Microsoft .NET framework. That is the answer. Benefit of OPC UA platform independence. We say, right, this OPC UA is independent, right? So what is the benefit actually? So benefit in the sense, one benefit of OPC UA platform independence is that it provides flexibility. Flexibility in the sense across different operating system, making it adaptable to variety of hardware and software. So that is the beauty, right? We are telling OPC UA is a platform independence, right? So it provides a flexibility across different operating system, making it adaptable to variety of hardware and software environments. So that is the beauty of OPC UA. Then, which OPC standard can work without a continuous network connection? Any guess? Yes, of course, OPC UA. Because OPC UA can work without a continuous network connection because of it's basically a session-based communication, meaning even if the connection is lost, the session can be re-established without losing the data. So that is the point. You got it, friends? So OPC UA can work without a continuous network connection due to its session-based communication. See, if the connection is lost, the session can be re-established without losing the data. That is the point. Okay. And There are a few more to add on. The subscription. We are talking about subscription means what is the subscription? See, basically in OPC UA, a subscription refers to the client requesting to be notified when specific data changes. This mechanism reduces unnecessary data transfer by only sending updates when data changes. You got it, friends? See, the subscription refers to a client requesting to be notified when specific data changes. That's it. Only to be notified when specific data changes. So this mechanism reduces unnecessary data transfer by only sending update when data changes. That is the point. Okay. Then what is the OPC complaints test tool? We call it a CTT, right? OPC complaints test tool. So basically this is used to verify the whether the product adheres to the OPC standard. That's a complaint, right? So it run a series of tests to ensure that the product is compliant with the specification. That's it. Very simple. Okay. Then another question: how does this OPC DA handle timestamps for the data? See, actually, this OPC DA uses the timestamp from the data source only, right? So this ensures that the time associated with the data is the actual time at which the data value are recorded. That is the point. So basically, the timestamp from data source. Which OPC specification support web services? Of course, OPC UA. OPC UA supports web services which allow for communication and data exchange over a network. You got it? Yes. So this makes OPC UA flexible and adaptable to various networking situations. That is the beauty. So what is the function of OPC bridge? We talked about bridging, tunneling, all right. So what is the function of OPC bridge? OPC bridge functions to connect two different OPC server. You got it? Allowing for direct transfer of data between them without needing any intermediary client. That's the beauty. It's like a function between two different server. That's it. Direct transfer of data. How does this OPC A and E handle alarms actually? See, it handles alarm by notifying the client when an alarm state changes. It provides a detailed information about each alarm, including its source, message, severity, and the state. This is how it actually handles it. Okay, good to go. Few more to add on. What is OPC BA? We never heard about this. What is OPC BA? See, BA is nothing but batch automation. It's a standard that facilitates the exchange of batch process control data. Okay, that's it. So what is this OPC DSC? OPC DSC. OPC DSC. What is that? OPC DSC stands for OPC Device Set Configuration, DSC. So it's a standard allows for the management of device set configuration. Right. What is this OPC Enum? ENUM. OPC Enum. So basically, one moment, friends. Yeah. See, this OPC Enum is a service in OPC which allows for the enumeration of OPC server on a machine. It helps the client to find available OPC server. That's it. Very simple, right? It allows for the enumeration of OPC server on a machine. It helps client to find the available OPC server. Okay, good. Which OPC standard supports a data access, alarms, events, and historical data? Any guess altogether? Yes, of course, OPC UA. So it supports OPC UA Unified Architecture supports data access, alarms, events, historical data all together. So this combined functionality makes this more flexible and capable than older and separate OPC standards. You got it, friends? Yes. OPC standard supports the transfer of file. Basically, which OPC standard supports the transfer of file? Any guess? Yes, of course, OPC UA. OPC UA supports the transfer of file, providing mechanism of changing more complex data than just process variable. That is the beauty. Then what is this nodes in OPC UA? There is some nodes, right? So basically in OPC UA, nodes refers to the data item in the OPC UA information model. So each node basically represents a piece of data or an object in a system. That is the node actually. Okay. Then also there is a browse, right? Browse. What is this browse? So it's a browse, of course, it refers to the ability to navigate the data structure of the OPC information model. So thereby it allows the client to discover the nodes and the relationship between nodes in the server. Basically the browse, it refers, it actually, it helps to navigate the data source. That is a point. Thereby allowing the clients to discover the nodes and the relationship between the nodes in the server. So that is the beauty of browse. Okay. Then what is this OPC compliance? We talked about CTT, right? So here this OPC compliance refers to a certification. Of course, what is that? OPC product meets the standards defined by the OPC Foundation. Thereby, it ensures that the product has implemented the OPC specification correctly and will work reliably with other OPC compliant products. So that is the meaning of OPC compliance. And now we'll see some of the challenges actually. Challenges when working with OPC DA over a network. Yeah? One of the most common challenge when working with OPC DA over a network is the difficulty with the DCOM, distributed component object model, right? Yes, the DCOM configuration. See, OPC DA relies on DCOM, right? Right? And improper DCOM setting can lead to various connectivity problems. So that is what the challenge actually. Okay. Then what are the challenges on implementing OPC UA? While OPC UA, it offers many benefits, but its complexity can be a potential problem. What is that? The object-oriented nature and the vast capability of OPC UA can make the implementation more challenging compared to the simple OPC standard. That is the challenge. It's like, the complexity, right? So then what is a common challenge when using a different OPC standard altogether? Just imagine. See, basically using different OPC standard together can lead to issues such as, incompatible data model, lack of unified security feature, and the different reliance on the communication mechanism. These differences can make the integration more challenging actually. That is the challenge. Then few more challenge. What common challenge when dealing with OPC historical data? When dealing with OPC historical data, a common challenge that can be the storage and retrieval of data. So depending on the amount and storage of solutions used, it can be challenging to efficiently store and quickly retrieve historical data. It's basically depending on the amount of data, the vast data. That's it. So challenges when integrating OPC with non-window platform. One of the challenge when integrating OPC with non-window platform is the inability to use DCOM. We can't use DCOM actually when we integrate with non-Windows platform. So OPC DA, for instance, relies on DCOM, right? Which is primarily supported by Windows, right? So this is the challenge actually. When we don't have when we integrate with a non-window platform, and this kind of, we can't use DCOM. So that is the challenge actually. That's it, friends. And what else? The factors that affect the performance of the OPC system overall. What are all the factors actually? There are several factors that affect the performance on OPC system. What is that? Maybe the speed of the network connection or the number of the OPC clients or the amount of data being transferred. Okay. So optimizing all these can help to ensure the efficient operation. So that's it, friends. That's all for the session 2. So depending on your interest and your support, if required, I will take one more session on this, friends. Thanks a lot for watching. And if it is useful, show your support by just simply pressing the thumbs up button. And if possible, subscribe and become a member if you're interested to access all related videos related to instrumentation detail engineering. Some are actually uploaded as a paid video. That's why if you're interested, you can also go for that option. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.